again, and about a month ago, Nintendo announced in their recent Direct during February that they're going to be releasing a new DLC for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This goes by the name of the Booster Pass courses, and what this fully entails is that 48 brand new retro tracks are going to be releasing through to 2023, and this includes those from Mario Kart Tour. It might take a while before 48 courses are through, but that is simply mind-blowing, and judging by my reaction here, you can tell I was rather excited for it. Essentially, they will be releasing the tracks in 6 waves, with each wave consisting of 8 tracks. So today, we will be looking at all of those courses and predicting which ones I would like to see in the new DLC. I should also mention that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has a lit lineup of retro tracks already, and this includes GBA Cheeseland, DS Wario Stadium, 3DS Music Park, GBA Ribbon Road, SNES Rainbow Road, and it goes on. Now, 8 tracks have already been announced for this new DLC, so this leaves us with 40 tracks to predict. So before we get into the track predictions, I think we'd better cover those tracks first. Starting with the Golden Dash Mushroom Cup, we have got Tour Paris Promenade, 3DS Toad Circuit, N64 Choco Mountain, and Wii Coconut Mall. And the other half of the tracks are located within the Lucky Cat Bell Cup, and this consists of Tour Tokyo Blur, DS Shroom Ridge, GBA Sky Garden, and Tour Ninja Hideaway. Now, all of these tracks are just amazing to see, so let's get into the predictions right now. So we'll start off with the Turnip Cup, and my predictions are SNES Mario Circuit 2, N64 Koopa Troopa Beach, Tour London Loop, and DS Luigi's Mansion. Mario Circuits are always the best starter courses, and Mario Circuit 2 is only here due to this wonderful jump near the end. This was remade in Mario Kart 7, but I think they should implement more anti-gravity mechanics while keeping the gliding portion intact. Koopa Troopa Beach gives you the vacation vibe, but I prefer the original N64 version to the remake in Mario Kart 7. Being an easy track to go through overall, and the calming mood makes it qualify for the predictions. For London Loop, the electric guitar kicks in really hard. I don't think much needs to change within the track since it's already a blast to drive through London with the double deckers and attractions everywhere. Luigi's Mansion is my favourite ghost themed track of all time. It was remade in Mario Kart 7, but when it comes to the aesthetics, I prefer the original DS version. Some changes could be added, such as creating anti-gravity portions either within the muddy road or the mansion. Next up is the Propeller Cup, and I'm thinking we're gonna get N64 Luigi Raceway, GBA Sunset Wilds, 3DS Shy Guy Bazaar, and Tour Vancouver Velocity. Now, Luigi Raceway is one of the most iconic Mario Kart 64 tracks that I do like to come back to from time to time, and the tunnel is truly remarkable to go through. The only change added in Mario Kart 7 was the dash panels, which I think they should bring back. GBA Sunset Wilds has a very interesting gimmick in that it slowly becomes nighttime for every lap you complete. The remake in Mario Kart Tour feels like the change happens a bit too quickly due to only 2 laps. A secret gliding section might need to be added somewhere in the sand, as well as shaking up the course like much of the GBA tracks had done. For Shy Guy Bazaar, you are driving through an Arabian themed town filled with snake jars, flying carpets, and alternate paths. Maybe the anti-gravity portions could come into another alternate path where you actually drive up the buildings. That would be cool. Then we head to Vancouver Velocity, which is a beautifully lit Canada course set in the snowy mountains. I don't think much really needs to change, although I will admit there is a lot of room for the anti-gravity department since Mario Kart Tour kind of foreshadows that. Now, for the Rock Mushroom Cup, I would like to see Wii Toad Factory, Tour Berlin Byways 2, N64 Wario Stadium, and for the Cup's namesake, 3DS Rock Mountain. Toad Factory is one of those obscure courses, so this would be the perfect excuse to port it onto the DLC. A glider ramp should be added when exiting the factory, and the anti-gravity mechanics within the factory itself should do good. Berlin Byways 2 is just fantastic as you're driving in a sausage cart as a Lederhosen Luigi across Germany. There's even a chance to go through the Bahnhof and through the train. Perhaps the anti-gravity section might do nicely near the end of the track to shake it up. Another reason to bring it back is because the music is simply a banger, and that definitely needs no updates, I'll tell you that. N64 Wario Stadium has been left in the dust for too long, and it's about time Nintendo made it rise from the dead. Fun fact, this is the only N64 track not to be remade, so hopefully they will do so now as people are desperately needing it. They could maybe implement a few gliding portions as well as turning the track sideways like DS Wario Stadium did. True to the Cup's name, Rock Mountain is an adventure since you find yourself driving up the mountain and gliding across the rocky terrain. It would be cool to see an anti-gravity section added up the mountains too. Now, true to the Moon Cup's name, we have got a lot of nighttime tracks coming in, and this includes Wii Moonview Highway, Tour New York Minute, DS Waluigi Pinball, and GBA Rainbow Road. Since it's a Moon Cup, I feel it's only right to include Moonview Highway, which is basically Toad's Turnpike's sequel. Cars are everywhere, already creating danger, and that's a reason to not change the track that much. Carrying on the moon trend, we have got New York Minute, Mario Kart Tour's first ever original track, and with the massive buildings, the nighttime scenery, DK being treated like a celebrity, you can't go wrong. The overall course doesn't need much changes apart from a few anti-gravity sections and maintaining the jazzy feel when you go through it. And I have no shame in saying that DS Waluigi Pinball is my favourite Mario Kart track of all time. Mario Kart 7 never really changed much outside of the textures. For Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, they should maintain that Las Vegas feel like Mario Kart Tour did, and add a couple of anti-gravity sections for the pinball path. Seriously, if they don't remake this, then I would probably be left questioning why. Now, this was kind of a toss-up between GBA and GCN Rainbow Road, but GBA is more so in space, whereas the GCN version takes place above Mushroom City. GBA Rainbow Road relies heavily on the mechanics of using the ramps to make shortcuts, and I find myself flying everywhere too. Maybe a gliding portion could be seen at this shortcut too. Now for the Berry Cup, my thoughts are revolving around Tour Los Angeles Laps, SNES Vanilla Lake 1, GBA Lakeside Park, and GCN Dino Jungle. Tour Los Angeles Laps gives me the summer vibes every time I play this, since you are driving through the Santa Monica Pier and across the sandy shore. Also, let's just appreciate the music given in this track. If they remix it, then they're probably going to make a guaranteed banger out of it. Now, there are not much SNES tracks in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I don't really like Vanilla Lake, although I will still acknowledge its importance as being one of the courses that kicked off the franchise and not being remade under any circumstances apart from Mario Kart Tour. Lakeside Park is another one of those Game Boy Advance tracks that needs to be remade in this new DLC, since there's no other remake to be found. The volcano erupting and shaking up the track adds to the appeal so much that it has to be remade. Dino Jungle is one of those tracks that was remade in Mario Kart 7. I think the DLC version should be based upon that, while also letting the anti-gravity kick into the cave. Now, moving into the Boomerang Cup, I think we're going to be seeing DS Delfino Square, GCN Daisy Cruiser, Tour Sydney Sprint, and 3DS Maka Woohoo. Delfino Square is one of those tracks perfect for the summer, and not much changed compared to Mario Kart Wii, but to be honest, I don't think much really needs updating apart from a small gliding portion going off the bridge. Daisy Cruiser is another adventure, since you're going across the rocking restaurant tables, through the engine room, and not much needs changing as the Mario Kart 7 remake does enough to make the textures needy of the updates. Sydney Sprint's music makes you dance whilst you're on your vacation, and maybe a few anti-gravity sections could be imported, but nothing outside of that. Maka Woohoo finds yourself driving across Woohoo Island. It becomes a whole adventure, and gliding to the end really feels like the perfect way to conclude this cup. As a matter of fact, I don't think the DLC needs to change much apart from the rendering aspect. For the Feather Cup, my predictions are Wii Maple Treeway, N64 Frappe Snowland, GCN DK Mountain, and DS Airship Fortress. Maple Treeway feels like the perfect excuse to bring back the half-pipe section, since Mario Kart 7 did not do that, and the remake in Mario Kart Tour kind of did that. Frappe Snowland is another one of those tracks that's not very creative track-wise, but I only want to hear because of the nostalgia. The music gives me happy memories every time I play this through, and I would like to see Mario Kart 8 remix this. I will admit to the snowmen being a hazard to avoid at the end, but that danger makes the track all the more fun on its own. DK Mountain is truly an adventure as you are driving down the mountain and buckled in for a bumpy ride. I think the one change to add is replacing the bridge with a gliding portion, but nothing more than that. It is a good enough track to qualify. For DS Airship Fortress, not much has changed between the original and the Mario Kart 7 remake, apart from the glider section, but then again, I don't think it really needs to because it's that good. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe could give the shiny coat of paint and sunset render like Mario Kart Tour did, but other than that, nothing else needs to change since the adventure is already real. Going into the Double Cherry Cup, we have got 3DS Wario Shipyard, Wii Mario Circuit, DS Bowser's Castle, and GCN Rainbow Road. Wario Shipyard has one of the best music pieces out there, and remixing it in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe will only result in yet another banger. The only anti-gravity sections could come into added alternate paths, but nothing else. Unpopular opinion, but Wii Mario Circuit is actually my favourite Mario circuit since you've got the 8-bit sprites on the sign and driving through the Mushroom Kingdom and you really can't go wrong again. Not much would need to change apart from making a gliding section at this ramp here where you could potentially glide over the bridge. I'm surprised DS Bowser's Castle has not been remade at all since it introduces a rotating bridge and multiple paths to take. I don't think much would need to change apart from the basic Mario Kart 8 mechanics. GameCube Rainbow Road has you driving in the nighttime skies above Mushroom City, and there's even a sick pipe cannon at the end to make this the ride of a lifetime. Perhaps a few gliding ramps can be designed onto the track, but nothing else needs to change. So now we're on to the final wave, and my thoughts for the Acorn Cup are Tour Singapore Speedway, GCN Mushroom Bridge, 3DS Bowser's Castle, and Wii Rainbow Road. Singapore Speedway sees you driving across a soccer field and a swimming pool full of Goombas. The scenery set at night is so beautiful and the music makes it all the more merrier to drive through. No changes should be added to the track as the glider ramp pretty much covers most of it as I find myself flying most of the track already. Mushroom Bridge is one of my favourite double dash tracks to drive through. This was remade for the DS but the experience was just ruined, cutting out almost all the appeal. They should really bring some of that back, including the portion where you drive up the bridge railing like a king. Not much will really need to be updated through 3DS's Bowser's Castle since it's a true enough adventure. Spinning tunnels, going underwater, lava spews and even gliding right to the end, it's amazing. Wii Rainbow Road is absolute madness to the extent where I don't think it really needs much updating since you're already catching air really quick. Maybe a couple of anti-gravity sections and a glider ramp through the star tunnel should suffice, but that's about it. And finally, the Spiny Shell Cup, and my thoughts consist of GCN Wario Coliseum, Tour Merry Mountain, N64 Bowser's Castle, and 3DS Rainbow Road. Wario Coliseum is my favourite track when it comes to Double Dash, and I desperately want to see a remake of this since, once again, it's kind of been stranded away. There are lots of rooms for the anti-gravity mechanics to be implemented, and maybe adding a gliding section within this middle ramp here. We've got to have the festive vibes kicking in, and Merry Mountain definitely covers that. Driving up snowy mountains amongst presents, Santa's workshop, flying sleighs gives you the holiday spirit every time. An anti-gravity path could be added along the way, but nothing outside of that since the track is good enough. The music also brings you so much joy and royalty that it deserves to qualify for the Spiny Shell Cup. N64 Bowser's Castle is probably the most sadistic Bowser's Castle we have seen to date since there's danger lurking at almost every corner, hence why it qualifies for the cup. The creepy and dangerous themes should be updated to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's full potential and the coat of slick paint will do nicely. This was remade for the Wii, but I sort of like the original better. And finally, 3DS Rainbow Road, the perfect finale to the DLC. I don't think I want to see much change within this remake since the track alone is good enough to see it qualify for the 40 courses. With phenomenal music, track design and even driving across the moon, this will be the perfect end to 2023. So here are my track predictions all together. Now, I'm probably going to get some right and some wrong, but it's all going to come down to a game of DLC bingo. But with that said, I've been Marky Boy, and this has been my Mario Kart 8 DLC track predictions. We'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video. Like and subscribe to see more, and I have some videos on screen to check out too. Remember, I have some social media networks in the description down below. Have a great day until the next video. Bye-bye.